beautiful beings. Welcome to my sacred space. My name is Raylan, and thank you so much for being here with me tonight as I do a comparison video between Nature's Whispers Oracle cards and Whispers of Love Oracle cards, and these are both by Angela Hartfield and Josephine Wall. These texts are published by Blue Angel. So that's a publishing house in Australia. And if you have a look at the box and in the back, then I guess you would have an inkling that these cards are actually created by the same artist and author. So this collaborative effort, I think, is something that's really, really interesting because they do have different themes, but the images are quite the same. The aesthetics are kind of like the same. So I think maybe that's the reason why I got Nature's Whispers, because I really enjoyed working with the Whispers of Love deck. And I just thought, why not get the Nature's Whispers one? Because I think the images are lovely. It's kind of like a work of art. Like you can put it in a frame and, it'll be just like a beautiful painting that you have in your house. So, from what I gathered from the guidebook, I think the Whispers of Love came out first because it says here that it was first published in. Let me open the boxes first. Okay, so, okay, before that, God, I really have no set, I don't have an organized list, or I should have an idiot board on what to talk about when I do my videos, but everything is just really impromptu, so I just go and, talk while whatever just, I don't know, pops into my mind. I just say it. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick comparison of the box. Okay, this is a Hay House box. So Hay House is actually smaller than the Blue Angel box. And the reason why I say this is because when I was looking for a review of this deck, I thought that these would be bigger. I mean, the boxes would be bigger. I was just, I don't know, I was just imagining that they would be super big, but I guess it's just because the camera is so up close. So just for comparison reason, I really like to show you, different cards or different decks so that you will have an idea. Okay, so here. Okay, so it's not that big actually, right? So, okay, what was I saying earlier? Alright, okay, so let's open it up. So this is Whispers of Love, and oops, so this is Nature's Whispers. Maybe I should do this because this came out first. And okay, let me just, I don't know, maybe put them up there. Okay, like that. Right. So, Whispers of Love came out first because it says here in the copyright page that it was first published in 2013. Now, this is just from what I gathered from this copyright page. I didn't really go and research about this, but I think Angela Hartfield, perhaps, maybe she rewrote the guidebook because, I don't know, it says here, text 2019, so I guess a revision must have been done. Okay, and then for Nature's Whispers, this is originally published in 2015. Okay, but the printing that I got is from 2019, and I don't see any revision from the first time that it was published. Just for anyone who's interested to know. I'm kind of geeking out with the guidebooks and all of those things. So anyway, guidebook comparison, they're kind of the same size. They are, pretty much. And they have this matte finish. This one is kind of plastic stamp foiling. I don't even know what it's called. But it has this plastic feel that's kind of a little bit embossed, and the same goes for this guidebook. And I guess you can see that this was actually really created first, and no revision was done on the artwork because this one has borders and this one doesn't. And from what I'm seeing from most Oracle decks, um, not a lot has borders anymore, I guess. But let's go into the guidebooks first, okay? Come on, focus, okay? So this is just me on my regular day, just rambling. So here you have okay, both have like a quote from, this one is from Khalil Gibran, and it's life without love is like a tree without blossoms or fruit. And the other one is from Albert Einstein. Look deep into nature and then you will understand everything better. So that kind of like summarizes the theme for each of the decks, because of course this is love related or relationship related, whether if you're looking for love or if you're trying to, I don't know, maybe enrich your relationship or the relationship you're with yourself or with other people, I guess. And for this one, it's more of like getting in tune with nature, with Mother Earth, and finding your power in that. So here, the same. Okay, so I really didn't think about how I will do this much. So here you have your contents, table of contents. So I just go straight onto the card messages or the meanings, just a little bit of introduction, and just the usual, how to use your cards, how to consecrate them, and all of that. So here it says the Whispers of Love Oracle was created to help you find methods and messages for bringing more love into your life. Whether in a relationship or seeking partnership, we can all benefit from learning how to be more loving. Okay. And the other one is, nature is continually enticing us to spend time in her embrace through the calling of birds and the babbling of brooks and streams, the fragrant smell of the flowers, and the whispers coming from the trees as the wind blows through their branches. So, right from the beginning, you would know. I mean, I guess you can see that from the back of the cards. I mean, the boxes. You'd already know the theme. Actually, the name itself. But yeah, so I just want to go in depth with you, like step by step. So, because I am someone who's interested to know about the guidebook as much as the cards. Okay, it's not like I will refer to the guidebook all the time, but I feel like the authors or the creators have spent time and energy and effort and to create these guidebooks. That's why I just wanna maybe exchange the energy by reading them and appreciating them. So that's why I really go through the guidebooks in my reviews. So here you have just how to use your cards, your deck, and then like instructions on how to use them, like clearing, preparing, asking questions, shuffling, and it's the same here actually. You have the same information. Okay. And then you have the spreads. Okay, so it's actually the same spread. No, it says relating, but this is relationship. But I guess it's pretty much the same. So you have the 3-card spread and the relating spread. So you have 2 spreads per guidebook, but you can always use whatever spreads that you're usually, whatever layouts you're most comfortable with. You can always do that. You can always use your intuition whenever you read, right? Okay, and then it goes on to the meanings. Okay, so here just a quick comparison of how the guidebooks look like. Okay, like let's do it like that, right? So this is the Whispers of Love Oracle, and this is the Nature's Whispers Oracle. So here for the Whispers of Love, this is the one that has been revised last 2019. So I guess that's why it has more information per page. It basically covers the whole page. Okay, this one has a bigger thumbnail of the image. It's in black and white. Both are in black and white, and it's kind of like a cream colored paper that's similar to like pocketbooks, but maybe I don't know, better quality, I guess. But so here you have the text. It's bigger, And the information or the card messages are, just a portion, okay, of the whole page. Whereas this one, okay, the inset or the thumbnail is actually smaller, but you have more information. Like for this one, you have the keyword here, or the title of the card, and then you have some sort of like, let me just put this aside. This one could be like action messages, something that you can work on and actually do. And others are like thought provoking messages. Like, for example, pause and allow things to unfold. So that's, telling you to pause. And then here are kind of like, here it's just kind of like, a reassurance, okay, or an advice, or kind of like a little nugget of wisdom. Okay, that would be the perfect term, a little nugget of wisdom that you can get. So the title and action, see things from a fresh perspective, or like thought-provoking questions, or nuggets of wisdom. And then it goes on to like a deeper meaning of the card. So this one actually not only talks about the meaning of the message, like for a look to your inner strength, okay? The angels are asking you to dig deep inside your inner self. The strength is in you. Though it may not feel like it right now, you will be able to push through this. So it's kind of like, it's giving you that the advice that kind of like going to an old friend and asking for advice. That's the vibe that I get from this deck actually. This one has a different vibe. It's more of like a motherly vibe, I guess. I don't know why, but that's what I feel. It has this welcoming energy, like a mother, like, or an aunt that you haven't seen for like a long time, and you go and visit her place, and she's like, oh, welcome, come here, that energy. An aunt or your friend's mom who's very nurturing. That's what I'm getting from this one. I guess because that's stemming off of Gaia's, or at least my how do I say that? I guess that's coming off from my how I see Gaia's energy, or how I perceive Gaia's energy to be like someone who's very nurturing. Whereas this one is kind of like your best friend who gives you the best advices when it comes to love. Someone who's very knowledgeable. So that's what I see from this one. And like I said earlier, so it does give you the advice, but then it also has like at the last paragraph, it gives you kind of like a description of the cards and the symbolism. Just to give you like, I don't know, maybe if you miss something, because these cards are packed, and I mean really packed with a lot. Okay, just by looking at one card alone can give you so many messages, and it depends, I guess, on how you are connecting with your spirit that day, or how they want to convey the message to you, or what is their actual message to you. I mean, with so many elements inside each of these artworks, you really have a lot to work on. Your intuition will be on fire. So just for an example, let's check. So here it says expansion. You are continually moving, evolving, and going through cycles in your life. Attune and align yourself to the rhythms of nature around you. So, it's more of like, it's just straight to the point. And this one, it doesn't give you a blurb about the artwork. Okay, so each guidebook would have 72 pages just for the cards and the meaning, and then you have message from the artist and about the author. And then here you have 6 to 7. Some more information from this guidebook than this one. This one also shows you other, like an ad. Alright, so this here. And then we can have a look at the cards. Okay, so it kind of like has this muted red, maybe maroon or something. This one has this pretty lilac lavender shade. And hang on a second while I fix things. Sorry, just put the guidebooks over here. Okay, now on to the cards. Okay, I'm gonna show you the backings first. Okay, so the backing for Whispers of Love, as you can see, is this angel. It's like golden angel that is also a harp. And there's there are many faces there too. Yeah. So it's kind of like both heavenly, celestial. You see the universe there, so it's very ethereal. Whereas this one is very, no, this is a nature deck, so has butterflies, and you'll have a gradient of colors. It's a very nice mix of colors, okay? And then for the cardstock, they are the same, okay? I guess this is kind of like a little bit thicker, just a little bit. Yeah, yeah, this is a little bit thicker, I guess. Let me see. I'm not sure if you can see, but this is maybe just by a hairline, a little bit thicker than. I'm gonna change the cards just because than the Nature's Whispers. And let's see the thickness. Yeah. Right? So, okay, on to the Whispers of Love deck first. As you can see, it has this border. Okay, so it has this kind of like a golden, well, not really gold, like it's not metallic, it's just a golden print of like a square, a border, and then the thicker edges. And then, oh my god, this is my favorite card in the deck. This is insane that I pulled it. Wow. I'm just being drawn to this image. Every time I look at it, or every time I see it, or just, go past it, I just get pulled by it. And earlier today, when I was doing a reading, I actually saw this one. It popped up, and okay, I'm not here to, but I'm just saying that, I really do have a connection with this deck because, this is like my stalker deck, at least for the past couple of weeks, I guess. This is my stalker card, not deck. Be in the present, dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. Isn't that gorgeous? And look at the images we have. It's like I said, so many things. So many things. Okay, so here it says, catch your breath. So this one shows stuff like, I don't know, maybe a wood nymph. A druid, I don't know. Like an elf maybe, or but you can see there are butterflies, there are moths. She's embracing the tree. He or she is embracing the tree. Several wings there, and the mixture of colors are. They're kind of like they're the same because they're created by the same artist, but they're different as well, of course, because they do have different themes. But some of the images, I mean, I don't know, maybe the style of printing wise, you will see that, okay, this one. You will see that they do have a lot of, maybe I'll change. They do have a lot of elements in each of the cards, and I love the wavy lines, explosion of colors, the beautiful mixture of the colors. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I have so many cards. Okay, now going back to this one, it has the border, and if you can see, so this is Whispers of Love. If you can see, the border is not plain white. It does have like some sort of like a tea stained effect to it, or maybe like, okay, this one, the predominant color in this card specifically is, let me switch the light. The predominant color in this card is kind of like yellow, right? So what you can see on the sides, like the border, the inner border is yellow, and if you can see, there's a kind of like staining here of yellow as well. And for this one has like predominantly blues, purple. So the inner border is the same. And I'm not sure if you can see because of the light, but it does have, some sort of like the tea stain, like a staining. Okay, it's not like a solid color like blue or solid purple, solid white. It has a little bit of character to it, and I guess I don't really mind that. Initially when I got this, it's actually pretty big for my hands. I have really small hands. So it's kind of like difficult for me to handle a little bit. It's a little bit challenging. So I contemplated, I kind of like considered cutting and modifying this deck, but for some reason, I guess it grew on me. So there. And so this is the first one, that print that got published, right? So the Whispers of Love is the first one that got published, and the Nature's Whispers um, was kind of like the succeeding collaboration for Angela Hartfield and Josephine Walls. So you can see this one doesn't have a border, okay, and the image. I mean, the keywords are very much because this one it's in cursive or in script, and then you have like a little bit of text there, whereas here it's just a keyword and it is in serif. Is it serif? A little bit of serif, yeah. So the font, okay. And I love how this one has like the border, because I can clearly see the keywords. This one, it doesn't bother me much at all, but you just kind of have to focus on it a little bit more because of the text, because it is cursive or script. So you have to, and sometimes you would pull a card that would be, I don't know, because the images would be, I'm looking at the wrong deck. Am I? No. Okay, God, I'm so confused because it has the same images, or at least a style. Like for this one, it's a little bit purple here, but if you can see, they kind of like muted the background. They kind of muted the images. So there's kind of like a gradient of like maybe a bar, possibly like this, but with a gradient, and the transparency or the opacity is lowered so that you can still see the text. So it's gorgeous, right? So many things going on in the cards, and so your intuition will really have a fun time connecting or bonding with this deck, or these cards when you do a reading. This one, like I said, okay, so sorry, I don't have a plan on how to do this comparison review, so this video. So here you have the title over here for Whispers of Love, and the title of the card, and a little bit of information or a little bit of message there. Here you have both the number and the keyword here at the bottom, so it's easier for you to glance. But regardless, both decks have their own appeal, so I'm not really bothered by borders or how the layout is done. So if you can see, the colors are just magnificent. They're just stunning. It's stunning. It's a very stunning deck. Well, both of them are. So I initially look at that. Look at that. I hope my camera is picking up the color well. Look at that. Her earring is gorgeous. I want one. Right? So these are more of like leaning towards like nymphs and fairies. I had kind of like a trouble saying fairies for a while. I don't know why. But look at that. The images are just stunning. It's actually a little bit more muted in real life. Look at the crystals. It's more in the planets, galaxy, whoa. It's more muted as I, looking at it with my eyes, but through my phone it's more vivid, which is lovely. And they are matte, so it's not catching the light, which is beautiful. Aren't they gorgeous? Every card is like a treat for your eyes, It's like going to an art gallery and appreciating the images there. These are just so stunning, like adventure, potential gateway, perfect setting, inner truths, seek beauty. I'm just going through some of the cards and I'm gonna do the same thing. Acceptance of love. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm gonna do the same thing for the other deck. Ideal course of action. Look at that. She has, is that an iguana on top of her head? Mm-hmm. Contemplation. Culmination of vision. Laughter. Gorgeous. This one, of course, it has the same feel. Okay, this is also matte. Has that really nice buttery feel to it. Just gonna flip some cards so you can see the images. Okay, listen with your heart. So these are, of course, geared towards love and relationships. Back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. Look at that. So it's kind of like, well, I feel like whenever you purchase one of these decks, it's kind of like you're buying a whole, I don't know, could be like a whole collection of a painter, all of their artworks, like the whole gallery. It's like you're buying the whole gallery. And the great thing is you can also use this for, I don't know, to help with your life, to help with your relationships. Oh, the I love you card. It's the same as the box and the backing. Spiritual connection. These are very meaningful cards. So, you don't only just appreciate the unicorn and the peacock feather. Look at that. And there's a woman with swans and there's a forest inside and a lot of butterflies here. So it is a very feminine deck. That is what I will definitely say about these two creations. But they're just gorgeous to not be appreciated by men as well. So I hope if there are any tarot or oracle card readers there for a man, give this deck a try or a chance, because it does have really great messages and meanings, even though it is girly in nature, or feminine in nature. They're gorgeous. Okay. So like I said, as I was saying earlier, as for the energy, this one gives me kind of like that best friend from childhood, maybe a best friend from college, someone whom you have like this really deep relationship with, and someone you can always run to for advice, and someone you always go to whenever you have like problems, whether it be love, family, or whatever it is, that you just go to them and you ask them for, hey, this is what's happening to me, and they would always give you this, okay, maybe why did you try this, or maybe have you done this, maybe this is what you need to do. So it kind of like gives off that energy, that best friend vibe, and I think that's just lovely. And I didn't talk about the energy of this deck. This deck has kind of like that auntie, mummy, like your best friend's mom, who's also like your mom, who's very nurturing. That's the energy that I'm getting from this one. Like I said earlier, maybe that's stemming from my concept, or my, I don't know, like my idea of how Gaia is. So maybe that's why I feel that way. Or maybe that's just because how the images are. They're very expressive. The women are just, there are, kids, there are fairies, like this, she looks like a painter. She's kind of like maybe a goddess as well, so many, and it's just They're very whimsical. This is a little bit more ethereal, I guess. Or this one is. It's of course more nature-y in theme, so more whimsical in terms of like fairies and all of that. Look at this assurance card for people. Well, for fairies, or I don't know, maybe tree nymphs, maybe. Oh, look at that. Clear out the old. Look at that. So many messages. I like her. Is that a her? Is that a she? Yeah, I think it's a woman. So, the eyes are blindfolded, but if you can see, there's like light coming out of it. So, she has the key, she holds the key. All she needs to do is just open it up, open her heart, and, she will unfold. She will open up to this vision of like, whoa. Everything else is just illuminated. She will see divine timing, could be, we have the Stonehenge there. So many things, like wisdom over here. It just pulls you in. Could be wish fulfillment, the daffodils there. Here. You have so many things to go with. Oh, look. Right? I don't know, like, yeah. So, question, should you get both? Well, I don't see why not. I mean, of course, these are created by the same people, but they do have really different themes, different messages that they also convey, and of course, different energies. So, I would say go ahead and get both decks. You will always find something new each time you have a look. So I guess, you'll get your money's worth when you read intuitively. You will really get your money's worth, because each time you pull a card, there will be a different message or a different meaning that's going to pull you in, because there's so many elements in these cards. So I say go ahead and purchase both decks. All right, so that is my review. Very not constructed at all, not organized. But if you do have questions, please let me know in the comment section. I do respond to comments and questions. There is kind of like a problem with YouTube right now. Like, I don't get to view all of the comments. I don't know how they filter the comments, but some of them are not coming through. But I will still comment on the video itself, and just mention you if you have a question. Right? So here, that is the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck, and this is Whispers of Love Oracle deck, and these are both by Angela Hartfield and Josephine Wall, published by Blue Angel. If you enjoyed this video, I really would appreciate your likes and your subscribes or subscriptions as well. I usually do upload videos like reviews and also my readings online for people out there who's interested. I also have an Instagram account, so it's there in the ending of this kind of like the last, how do I say that? The last thumbnail that you will see after each of my videos. It has information for my Instagram in case you'd like to see. So that's it. Take care, you guys, and thank you so much if you lasted this long. Thank you so much for being here, for staying, and for watching this video. And I do hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day, week, month, year ahead. Okay, take care and see you again soon. Bye.